Hey everybody, I haven't made a food video in a long time. Look at, there's my bare countertop because a dog walked into my life. Okay, so y'all know that my girl Molly, the Labrador, passed away January 25th of this year, 2022. And so 3 weeks ago at 12:30 a.m. in the midnight, she walked into my storage unit. And here's the thing. I had fallen asleep in the back of my truck, just like I'm thinking I'm going to take a power nap. And no, I fell asleep like a sleep and woke up at 12:30 a.m. with her in my unit. Now she's got this inflatable collar around her neck because she's got a tail tip injury, and they call it the happy tail syndrome, which is a painful thing. So I've got this really cool spray for her. And now she's got an inflatable collar, and we're going to see what we see. So onward and upward, but I'm going to make homemade powdered sugar and homemade French toast for freezing and eating later. Oh, and I've been calling her Dennis. And Dennis is a dear, sweet, kind, wonderful, generous, understanding, compassionate friend that passed away. And they say if you want a dog like somebody, then name him after that somebody. Okay? All right. Homemade powdered sugar and homemade French toast. Okay. How easy is this going to be? To make homemade powdered sugar, you need 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And this is a 3-cup mini food processor that I got during the days of Molly when I couldn't afford to get her teeth pulled. So I just softened up and pureed her food, and that was fine. She lived for 2 more years after the tooth issue. But anyway, this is my new dog, Dennis, who's going to be part of my food videos. So without further ado, this is going to be the start of my French toast recipe. Okay, so 1 cup granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, and this I got for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and it's 16 ounces, so that's 2 cups. So I'm just going to do the whole 2 cups, and we're going to see how it is. So 2 cups and 2 tablespoons and powdered sugar. So that's a half a box of sugar. So now I'm going to put a tablespoon on each side of cornstarch and then dump the rest of this on there. Okay, there's the 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 on each side. And now I'm going to pour this on top of that for even distribution. Okay, that's the sugar and the cornstarch, and there's the top. And then I'm going to put this on, and it just fits. It's not one of those snap-in kind of things. It just goes in. And then you plug this in back here. Let me give this a push-a-rooney there. And, oops, give it a turn so that the big knot. Okay, there we go. There we go. And see, it's got 1 and 2. So I'm going to do 1. And then 2. Doesn't really say how long to do it, but I'm going to double check it real quick. Okay, I checked it. This is going to have to go on for a minute. That little mini was not up to the task, so I had to get out the big girl. Okay, it's at 30 seconds. Here we go. It's like a little cocaine machine. Okay, so I had it in the big girl for like almost 5 minutes, and it's halfway to the way it should feel and taste as powdered sugar. However, the dust that was formulating, and I wiped it off the lid, that did taste like powdered sugar. So it isn't 30 seconds like the recipe called for. It's more like, 6, 7, 8 minutes like peanut butter. Okay? So yeah, probably quicker and sweeter to just buy a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar, but I still tried it. French toast is next. Well, it's getting there. I ran it for another 3 minutes, but, again, I'm gonna let it rest, and then I'm gonna hit it for 5 minutes. So I've let it cool down to where I'm satisfied, and I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes, and that should be powdered sugar. So far, stick to buying a couple of pound bags or 2. Okay, that's been in here for a minute. Oh yeah. Okay, let me pop that lid. I'm telling you, I gotta let it rest, and I gotta give it another 5-minute spin because I can still taste a little granulated sugar, and powdered sugar is like melt in your mouth powdered sugar. So far I'm still with the store-bought one, but I know that they're adding shit to it. It isn't just powdered sugar and cornstarch. They're preservatives or whatever. They don't know how long it's going to sit on the shelf. But yeah, I can say I tried it, and I don't like this process. It's taken too long for a sweet treat. So it's starting to taste a little like powdered sugar, but still not powdered sugar because I can still feel the granulated sugars. So a big, huge no on making your own powdered sugar. I mean, I thought this was, it doesn't have speeds, but it just goes when I hit, on. It stays on and I set the timer. But, this is taking way too long for powdered sugar. But I'm still going to use it. And what I might do is, incorporate however many cups this turns out to be. Incorporate powdered sugar into that and give it another whirl. And just, modify the powdered sugar I have to increase the amount that I have. But it'll be, what it'll be. It'll be powdered sugar. Of course, my way. But the proof is in the pudding. So now, on to the French toast. So now we're going to do the French toast video. And I've got so many damn phones. Only one works. And that's what I call my microphone. Not microphone, but microphone. Anyway, I'm going to make fluffy French toast batter, and it calls for milk. So here's the ingredients. And there's Dennis. Okay, so we're going to do a pinch of salt, ground cinnamon. It calls for milk, but I'm going to do milk and Italian sweet cream coffee creamer. Powder, that's the flour. Milk, cinnamon, vanilla, eggs, sugar, whole honey wheat bread. Okay. Mix, 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 pour in a pan, flip the bread, fry it up. Okay, let's get to this. So the directions called to measure the flour and then slowly whisk in the milk and the eggs and the blah, blah, blah. And I always heard you add dry to wet. So I'm going to mix all the wet stuff together first. So I'm doubling the recipe. So there is 6 eggs, and these were free eggs. So I don't mind. And so was the bread. The bread was free. What else am I using that was free? That's it. So 6 eggs. So this is 1 cup of whole milk. And then I'm going to add a cup of the sweet cream coffee creamer. 2 teaspoons of that good Mexican vanilla. Okay, now I'm going to whisk all that liquid together. So now comes the magic of the dry ingredients. 1/2 cup of flour. Now remember, I'm doubling up this recipe. So 1/2 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 pinches of salt. Now I'm going to shake that into this and then whisk it into the batter. That looks so beautiful, and now I'm going to whisk it into a batter. Okay, This is all incorporated. So I'm going to pour it into that pan that I used as a utensil holder and start dipping bread and frying bread into French toast. Okay, that's 2 tablespoons of butter cut into fourths. That's 4 pieces of bread to start. There's my fluffy French toast batter. And this is getting to be a hot ass skillet, baby. Caw-caw. Okay, here's the first 4. Still got plenty of batter. Still got plenty of bread. Waiting for the flip. Okay, I'm happy. That's the first flip. Okay, the first batch of 4 is cooling nicely. Now, the next time you see me, all this will be French toast. Okay, 20 slices of French toast, fluffy French toast batter. And I ate 2 plain because I had to. And they were fabulous with nothing. And this is my homemade maple syrup that we've already done a recipe video on. And maple syrup is clear when it comes out of the tree, so that's good. So I'm going to have myself a piece of fluffy French toast made with fluffy French toast batter. And then I'll do the proof is in the pudding and the bon appetit. And that'll be homemade powdered sugar, which AKA have a Vitamix. Otherwise it takes 2 days and 2 hours. Okay. Homemade powdered sugar, homemade maple syrup, and a piece of French toast. Let's get a bite. Okay, here we go. I'll put a big bite in my mouth. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh. That is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Bon appetit.